One day we'll have intro music, but like, not today. Good afternoon. You're listening to Don't Quote Me on That on Wire 99.9 FM. I'm Kalina, and I have Elanor here with me, and we're very excited that we got our own radio show.
What? Like it's hard?
Today we're talking about the lovely film Legally Blonde, because, I mean,
It's one of the 3 movies I've seen, and it's amazing.
it's one of the best movies I've seen.
Yeah.
And, I mean, do you really need a reason to talk about Reese Witherspoon?
No.
No.
I learned the other day that she actually kept the entire wardrobe from Legally Blonde and, like,
Oh, yeah, she was
still
posting on her
has
Snapchat or something, and she was like, it still fits, and I was like, well, okay.
Goals. Because
Goal.
that was, what, 2001? That's,
Jeez.
like, too many years.
We were really good at math, if you couldn't tell.
It was released in July, so it's 16 years still.
Nice.
But almost 17.
Almost 17. Look at that.
Mental math.
What I wore 17 years ago definitely doesn't fit me anymore.
No.
Not quite.
I was 1.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can count. Yeah, I was 1 also.
Yeah. I mean, we're only a few months apart, so, like, stands to reason.
True. I think we'll just get into it. I'd like to... Yeah, I think we'll just get into it.
Okay.
Anything you want to start with, Eleanor?
I heard that Trump ripped off L. Ward's closing speech,
Allegedly.
allegedly, which is not news, but it's something that I really want to be true, just like in my heart.
It would make my year, I think, if that was the
It
case.
just shows that Legally Blonde is a movie for everyone.
It transcends all boundaries,
You got
ages.
Dogs, you got Reese Witherspoon, you got the dude that I don't know the actor name of.
Which dude?
The dude she ends up with.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
You've got
The other
that old
dude.
lady in the nail salon.
Oh, okay. I love her so much.
Yeah, I think she like kind of tied everything together.
Yeah.
You know, if they'd be like, "This is what's happening," she'd be like, "This is what happened."
Yeah.
She'd
Just
sum it up here.
boom. Also, the same actress was in A Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff, and she was the exact opposite of her Legally Blonde character because she was the wicked stepmother.
Oh yeah.
And here,
yeah.
I feel like she's the supportive best friend.
She's a very versatile
And,
actor. She
yeah.
doesn't have a type. She doesn't have like character
Yeah,
type.
she's not being typecasted.
That's the word I was looking for.
I got you. Even though
What
I
else
feel
we
like that's
have?
not a word usually given to white women, but that's a different show.
We'll do that next week. Then you have the lady in the. Are you talking about the actors or the characters? Because I'm doing just kind of both. You have
Both.
Reese Witherspoon. Yeah, you have Paulette from. Also
Yeah.
from the nail salon.
Yeah, no, that's the lady I was talking
Oh,
about.
now I was talking about the old lady who at the end goes, "If you something over a man, you're not the girl I thought you were."
Oh, that's the professor lady.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Okay, the
think.
professor lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start. All of my, when I think Legally Blonde, I think of Law School. That's my like immediate connect. Or like when I think of Law School, I think of Legally Blonde. That's probably better.
Works both ways. But yeah.
And all of my law school knowledge comes from Legally Blonde, and that's how I decided that I could totally and did in fact want to go to law school when I went home, because I was talking on the phone with my mom one day, and she was like, "Kalina, don't you have to do something law related?" I was like, "No, because Elle Woods did fashion, and all she had to do is take the LSAT." And my mom was like, "That's a movie," and I'm like, "It's true. Reese Witherspoon's in it. It has to be
Exactly,
right."
yeah. She wouldn't lie to us. I have a slight lisp, so sometimes saying her name doesn't work out as well as
Yeah, I
I
heard you say
want
Reese
it.
Witherspoon. I was like, I'll just let her. I'm gonna
Yeah,
let her
no,
roll.
just let it happen. I was deaf as a child.
That's another story.
But same. But also, I feel like part of why she got in was because she was like genius level smart.
She was. I think she was genuinely very, very smart.
Yeah,
It's just people looked at her and they're like, "Oh, she's a blonde girl wearing pink with a tiny dog, and she has a lot of money." Like, there's nothing more than that. You
And
know?
I feel like she wasn't interested in like traditional academics. Like her thing was fashion. And
Yeah.
do you remember the scene where the lady tries to sell her
Oh yeah, the last season
like
dress or
last
something.
season's thing, and it had like a messed up stitch, and Elwood was like, like she doesn't. She's not academically into the normal, like, genius subjects, if you will.
Yeah, she's not like a math and science-y, but she's smart.
But she could be.
She could be.
If she wanted to be.
That's just not what she's... Yeah, that's not her thing. But she's smart either way.
Oh, yeah, she's brilliant. And I love her.
Me too.
And I love her dog. I feel like the Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blonde. Have you seen it?
No.
I've seen like the first half and the second half, but never at the same time.
No, yeah, I got a couple films like that.
Yeah. So all I know is they moved to Washington, D.C. She works as a lawyer. Shocking.
Wow.
And her dog is gay. The little Chihuahua, he is gay.
I didn't see that development
Which is
coming.
prime representation. Because once you have gay dogs, like...
Anything goes.
You're good. Like,
you're solid. Yeah, no, like...
And she's
that's not a character point I think I would have focused on.
Yeah.
Also.
Oh, there's like he has the romantic story because Elle got hers, so he has the romantic storyline.
Oh wait, no, I might watch it now. That's
cool. The whole like case that they're working on is saving. Is his name Bruiser?
Yeah.
Saving Bruiser's mom and countless other animals from being tested on by evil cosmetic companies. Ooh. So just a normal day for Elle Woods.
Yeah, I feel like she could do that in her sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I remember when she was studying for her LSAT, and she was, on the treadmill studying. And so every time I go to the gym now, I'm like, there's no place to put a book on this treadmill. What's wrong?
Yeah, I had a treadmill. Well, there was a family treadmill that I used probably once, and they're like, you can't do that.
Although, that's dedication.
I think my mom, what she did was, she got a piece of plywood and she put her computer on it so she could
that sounds dangerous.
Oh yeah, no, it looked dangerous, but she could read or watch a movie while she walked on the treadmill. And they have treadmill desks too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which
yeah, you can stand up and walk at work
if you're like that.
I think my mom, one time she tried reading on the treadmill and she took one of those giant binder clips and just clipped she was like, we're gonna do this.
Yeah. How do you turn the page though?
I was just impressed she thought that far. I didn't even walk on the treadmill, apparently. I just stood on the edges and watched TV.
And just let it go. Whew.
Yeah, and she said she knew that I did that because the bottom of all of my shoes were run down from the treadmill. Okay, we're getting a little off topic.
Yes. What else is new?
What else? That's just 28 minutes of us trying to figure out trying to remember what we're talking about.
Yeah, and then saying Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde. Don't quote me on that. Okay, I'm trying to think of some, get some points together about Elle Woods. So, Elle Woods apparently had a 4.0 as an undergrad in her fashion.
Yeah.
Which
is hard to do. No matter what.
Yeah.
Your degree is. That's hard to do.
You're still going to get graded harshly no matter what you're studying.
She was president of her sorority.
Mm-hmm.
She had a boyfriend. She had a dog.
And, that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot of commitment on
that is,
a lot of fronts.
Dogs take pretty much, at least 20 hours a day of, you have to feed them and make sure they go to the bathroom. You have to walk them. You have to pet them.
Make sure they're alive.
They're not, sad. Because she only had one dog.
And he's little, so you got to make sure he doesn't get, stepped on or something.
Yeah.
You got to keep track of him.
Also, I don't think you're allowed to have dogs in dorm rooms. We're not allowed to have a dog in our
Okay,
house.
but she's Elle Woods.
Yeah, but was she hiding the dog? Because I feel like her sorority sisters would have not let it slip. They were tight.
Oh, yeah, no, they were
yeah.
I need friends like that.
Yeah, they're
everyone needs a friend
like that. To make it topical, Kylie Jenner's friends, not talking about the pregnancy. But I feel like Elle Woods is her own Kris Jenner. Woods
she's manager and the talent at the same time.
Yeah,
for sure. I was thinking that last night, though. Back to the Kylie Jenner thing. I was that's real friendship to trust these people not to say anything.
I mean, if I had Kris Jenner looming over me, being if you spill, if you even accidentally spill the secret,
I'll murder you.
But
Oh, she doesn't say she'll murder you. She just kind of draws a line across her throat, and
I feel like all it takes is just looking at it.
If you spill the secrets,
a big betrayal of trust. So
yeah.
They had a lot. I don't know if you watched the video.
I did last night. It was very cute.
I cried. I don't like the Kardashians that like I'm not invested in them, but I cry.
That's what I was thinking, because I was like, I don't care all that much. Not in like in a bad way. I'm just like, I don't see why. Like, just let these kids live their lives. You know, like they never had a chance to be a child.
Yeah.
And so like I think it's hilarious that she did that. Although it's like I was telling you earlier, I was like, I wish this whole time she had just been like not pregnant and she was just messing with everyone because they're just so invested in her life. I thought that would have been great.
It would have.
Okay, back on topic.
Back to Legally Blonde. Elwood's friends, when they showed up at the courthouse in the final scene and they were like cheering her on like a basketball game. I loved that. Yeah. Like, me too. They got bangs.
Yeah. And like, I think not that everyone needs, and I don't think Elwood needs someone to validate her and tell her, obviously, like that's the whole point of the story. Yeah. But like, when you have someone behind you, it just makes it so much better.
Yeah.
Like, I was playing a game one time, and like, it was me, and there was two goalies. It was me and this other girl.
A water polo game, just to clarify?
Oh, yes. I was playing a water polo game, and it was me. I'm a goalie, and then there was another goalie, and the other goalie was in the water, and the entire team cheered her on all the time. And then I got in the water, and every time I blocked the ball, they were like, throw it back. And I was like,
It's like when you're growing up and you get an A on your test and you bring it home and you're really excited. And instead of your mom saying, I'm proud of you, she's like, that's what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, but can you like,
I got a 96. He's
yay?
Like, where's the other 5? And I'm like, okay, first of all, not mathematically possible. Like, I told him I got an A on one of my courses, and he's like, why didn't you get an A+? I was like, that's not a thing people do, Dad.
Just say, good job.
I know.
Like, start with good job. You can end it with do better next time, but start with good job.
Yeah, he always finishes off with good job, and by then I've stopped listening.
Oh, yeah, no. You gotta, like, start strong.
Yeah.
Like.
But, like, yeah, like I said, like, you don't need the validation, but, like, when someone's like, you did good, it feels nice. Nice little stroke to your ego. It never hurts.
Oh, but I will say, what was her boyfriend's name?
I just remember Warner, and then you had, You keep talking.
Okay.
I will.
Anyway, boyfriend, who will be named in a second. I was like, you know how in the little epilogue scene, it was like Emmett. His name's Emmett.
Emmett.
It's like
yes.
Emmett's proposing tonight. I think Elle should have proposed. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's because I want Elle Woods.
The musical.
She did.
She proposed to him in the musical. Ooh. I'm a big fan of the musical.
I think it's because I want Elle Woods to propose to me that I wanted it to happen in the movie.
You're like, I can pretend I'm Emmett. My name's Emmett.
Yep. Just same first. Like, yeah, let's do it.
I'm a white guy with curly hair and.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't wear makeup, yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, no. In the musical, she proposed to him at the end, and she was like, she was giving her little valedictorian speech, and she was like, Emmett, will you make me the happiest girl in the world? And I was like, okay.
Yep. You're like, yeah, I will.
I feel like a lot of movies come back to this, and like it's very easy to like. You remember how the other day we were talking about the Scarlet Letter, and how like it's very easy to write a report on something you never read. That was a Wizards of Waverly Place theme song. You write a report on something you never read because like I feel like a lot of themes are common in virtually any sort of media text that exists. And like I always hate to say, oh yeah, this deals with stereotypes, but it really does deal with stereotypes and like taking people are more than what you just see, obviously. Yeah. Because Elle Woods, I mean, like I feel like a lot of times when women are in power, they're not like feminine or they're like viewed as like I don't know, like it takes away.
They're viewed as words that rhyme with witches that I don't think we should say on radio.
Correct. Anyone, if you want to curse on radio, that's how you do it.
Yep.
But yeah, exactly. And they're viewed as dominating and being bossy. But like if a man did the exact same thing, he'd just be like, in power. And like, yeah, that's normal.
That's just what they do.
And like I think one thing I love about Elle Woods is like I had this I think everyone had a phase where they were like staunchly against the color pink. Oh, yeah. Like for sure. And now I don't know why. Like my eyes are open now. But like yes, that's the noise my head made. But Elle Woods never traded anything when she went to law school. Like I was saying, she was working on the treadmill, working on her figure while she was studying for school, you know? She wore pink all the time. Like she never stopped
when
wearing
she
pink.
When she took control of the court case because her professor was a creep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Just entirely a creep. Like she showed up in an all pink, it wasn't a pantsuit because it had a skirt, but
A skirt suit.
A skirt suit, yeah.
That's
Just
a word now.
Very professional. And
Yeah, like I remember when she was first preparing to go to law school, she's like, I'll be something Warner likes. I'll wear black even when it's not a funeral. I don't know if that's in the movie or the musical, but she says something along those lines in both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, and she wears black, and then she realizes, one, Warner is not worth it.
No.
Two, he probably wouldn't notice the difference. And three, like, you don't have to trade something of yourself to achieve what you want. Like,
You do
and you
not.
shouldn't have to.
No. Or like even going back to the whole, like, she's not, like, conventionally academically interested sort of thing. The only reason she won that case was because of her history of getting perms and, like, her knowledge of perms.
Yeah, which none of those guys on the bench
No old stuffy
had.
lawyer would know that. Like, there's no
And then, like,
way.
Vivian, I think her name was, wouldn't know that either because she was, as Elle put it, boring and drab and wears black when it's not a funeral. And so, like, and nothing against Vivian, but, like, that, like,
I feel like
you have to be
Vivian was-
multifaceted.
Vivian was, I think, kind of caught up in the whole, like you were talking about it, the thing that women in power have to be
Serious
domineering
and
and all that. But they were best friends. Like,
At the end, yeah.
that's, I think, like, yeah, Elle Woods had, I mean, she didn't have that much character development. Like, she started off pretty much the same, but just bigger, faster, better, stronger. Like, Vivian...
Yeah, it's not like she had to, like, she never, like, grew in one aspect of her life. She just kind of got better at all the things she was already.
And, like, I feel like Vivian changed a lot in a very good way.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think that was another whole point was, like I said, you don't have to give up something. And everyone else was so caught up in these, like, expectations of what women would be and what it took to be a lawyer and all that stuff. And I think by the end, they all realized, well, Elle Woods came here and blew us all out the water.
Who would do a video essay to get into Harvard? Like,
I know, and like I feel like it's kind of played off as a joke that they let her in because she was like cute or something.
Yeah,
but like
they were
honestly,
like,
that's
well,
kind of genius.
welcome to Harvard. Like,
Oh yeah, who else submitted a video essay?
no one.
No one.
Like, they did act
makes
like
me
they were
think
doing
of-
some big, huge thing by letting her in, but like, she
She stepped the game up.
She
Really,
did it.
she opened doors. Like makes me think of I saw this thing online once where someone's brother was applying to college and he had to write a 3-page essay on what daring was, and so he just wrote in really big font, this is daring, one word on each page.
Ooh.
And he got in.
yeah.
And like that's what I think of. I was like, he just opened the door
He
for
just
anything.
did it. Oh,
And like
I don't think I'd have like what it takes to do that. Like, I couldn't do that.
yeah, I don't
I'd
think I have
write
the guts.
a very convoluted 3-page essay in like 10-point font and end it with, "Please let me in. I stayed up till 3 a.m. Okay, love you, bye." And then
Bye.
just send it without reviewing it.
Yeah, and it's just like, I think that's what Legally Blonde, I think, did in a sense. It opened up these, and I mean, I'm not saying it like it solved every problem we ever had, but it like opened up a door to discussion, and like kind of like
Yeah.
in the back of your head, you're like, what? Like I said, every time I think about law school, I'm like, well, Elle Woods did it, and
Yeah.
she looked fabulous the whole time.
Anything Elle Woods can do,
You can do.
you can do at least half of.
Yeah.
Because I feel like not everyone is a genius. That's just true. But if you go after what you want with the determination that Elle Woods did,
You can get it done.
You're gonna get somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Like, no matter what your talent is or whatever, determination's about 75% of the struggle.
Yeah.
Like persistence is most of the work is persistence and sticking to it, especially when you have people who are like trying to tear you down. Like when she didn't have her friends, and she was in law school all by herself, or like when you have someone trying to tear you down, or someone who's just no one there to support you. Like I said, you don't need that, but when you have no one there, it's you have to stick to your guns. Yeah, you got to cheer yourself
stick yourself
on.
up. Like coming to Ireland.
Yeah.
Like, I had mainly my family, that's a different thing. They were like, are you, like, can you really, like, are you cut out for this? Like, are you
Really?
sure? And I knew I'd wanted to study abroad. I didn't know necessarily where, but, like, my mom grew up abroad, like, everywhere. And so I knew I kind of wanted to follow in her footsteps and go somewhere that wasn't the town I'd lived in for forever. Not really.
Yeah.
I moved around also a lot. Anyway, I wanted to get out of
Back on
Arizona.
topic.
And I really wanted to go to Europe just because it's pretty and it seems fun. But like I
Do you
feel
really
like,
need any other reason to do anything?
yeah. Like I feel like when I came here, a lot of people were like, "Oh, why did you choose Ireland?" And I'm like I
know
I
my
just
answer is
wanted
always
to.
yeah. My answer is always, well, why not? Like,
Yeah.
what else was I gonna do? Do the same thing? I'm like not saying anything bad, but like,
Oh, no.
do the same thing everyone else did. Go home, like go to a state school, or go to a school 3 states away from me, and just be stuck in this rut for the rest.
Yeah.
Like that's my biggest fear. I think is being stuck in this rut for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And like Ireland's kind of a curveball, you know, and it's
Yeah.
been working for me so far. I think.
It's fun. It's new. Like we're getting just as good, if not a little bit better education. I don't know. I never went to college in the States, so
I know
don't
everyone
know
keeps
if it's
asking me to
better.
compare, and I'm like, I don't know.
can't,
You
like-
don't. I mean, there's a lot less drinking. I think
Here or in the States?
in the States.
I feel like
I mean,
It's-
like a lot less. I don't want to say sanctioned. You know what I mean? Like at home, they're like, "Don't drink," and everyone's like, "Hush, hush," and they're drinking in the corner. You know?
Yeah.
And here, they're like, "We're not dumb." And also, most people who go to school at home are underage.
yeah, and they're
So the
like,
drinking age is 21.
because I feel like when you're underage and you drink, not that I did this because it's wrong. Like whatever alcohol you can get your hands on, you just go for it and you
Yeah.
just ball out in one night. But here, like it's more accepted. So you're taught. And I don't know if you're taught growing up because I didn't grow up here, but like I feel like it's a lot more normal to just have like 2 or 3 drinks, dance, go home. It's not like
Yeah.
something you have to
Like,
go
get
all out because
trashed.
if people find the alcohol bottles,
I don't
you're
know if
gonna
the
get in
word
trouble.
trashed makes sense. Get I don't know what the word sloshed.
Get-
What's the terminology here?
There's a word that I want to
Get
say that I
wasted?
can't
Oh,
say.
okay.
So
You wanna
get
whisper it to me?
no, it has a bad word in
Okay.
it.
We'll do that. We'll do that off here.
Get blank faced, if you will.
Oh,
yes,
yeah. I think that's universal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hate using the word casual about drinking here, but like for lack of a better term, that's what it is. It's more
Yeah.
casual.
It's like
And-
friendly,
yeah.
kind
I
of.
think sanctioned would probably be the best word. Like it's watched over. It's not stigmatized or anything.
Yeah.
But quick on how we're talking about Ireland. There's a song in the musical called Ireland that I absolutely love. Paulette sings, and she talks about, and I think it's when Elle first realizes she kind of needs to take her under her wing or whatever, because Paulette sings about how she was in this bad marriage and whatever, and she dreams of meeting this guy from Ireland, and he'll take her away to the Green Isle,
I feel.
and it's like, and like I don't know if you've noticed this, but like for me, traditional Irish music kind of makes me feel like the sea is calling, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
it's like
And like I
It's
love the
calming.
water. Yeah, like I feel called to the water all the time. So like Irish music makes me feel like that, like I'm standing in front of the ocean. And so in the background of that song, there's traditional Irish music playing, or like at least there's Irish influences in the song, I believe. And
I would hope so with a name like Ireland.
yeah, and she just kind of she dreams of this man from Ireland to like kind of take her away because she's just been put down all her life. And that's an example of how like if you don't have someone cheering you on and you have someone putting you down.
Yeah.
Like, because you could have someone not cheering you on, but you could also have no one saying anything to you. But if you have someone actively putting you down, what it
Yeah.
could do to you, you know?
That messes you up.
And
like,
all it took was one person to like cheer her on, which was Elwood's. One person to tell her she was like better than
Yeah.
whatever her husband had told her she was, and she was fine.
yeah, like you need like that's what I was talking about. Like, just like start out with the positive because I feel like I don't know. This goes back to parenting because I'm really scared of having kids and messing them up. But like
Yeah.
it's just like I was also watching Dr. Phil earlier because what else do you do? But like it just takes one time. It just takes like one person to be like, yo, you're never going to do anything. And if you didn't like growing up have like a good support system, that can crush you.
Yeah.
Like just that like
That could just ruin. Yeah, that could ruin everything for
and
you.
I feel like you either get crushed or you like pulling out woods and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna show you that I can do this.
Spite is the greatest motivator,
Yeah.
I think, in the entire world.
But if you don't like if you aren't championing for yourself, like you gotta.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I think like we just kept saying the same things because Legally Blonde is the same repeating message, and it kind of shows up in everyone. Elle
Yeah.
Woods is like I said, it's not. I don't think spite, but like she was like,
Determination.
she was literally like, why? Everyone's like, you can't do this, and she was like, why?
Yeah. she's
Why
like,
can't I do it?
Watch me.
And like, sure, her reasons for wanting to go changed, but I mean, she made it and she did it, and It takes I mean, I think it's a beautiful story of. It just takes one person, even if that person is yourself. It takes one person to say, I can do this. I don't see why I can't do it.
You step up, you stick to your guns, you go and do. And she went and she did. And I love Legally Blonde. And that's the message here.
I think we stayed on topic fairly well.
Be your own Elle Woods. And
I want to throw
Legally
this
Blonde.
in. Yeah, please watch Legally Blonde. It is like... All jokes aside, it's a fantastic movie.
It is.
Like it's funny, even if you're not looking into it as deeply as we just did. It is a funny movie. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. It keeps you like. I think it's good for everyone, girls, guys, whatever. It's a good movie.
Dogs, gay dogs, questioning dogs.
I just want to throw this in at the end of the movie, Warner ends up alone, right? Mm-hmm. And there's like a. Here's the word. What is it? They say, Vivian dumped Warner. She and Elle are now best friends. And Warner graduated without honors, without a girlfriend, and without any job offers. And, like, I feel bad for the guy, but, like, also good. He deserved it. But, like, in the end of the musical, he becomes a model. And he says he makes more money modeling than he would as a lawyer. And I was like,
I believe that.
I think that just kind of made the movie so much more that got the point of the movie across so much more. Like,
yeah, because him became ending a lawyer. Up alone, like,
yeah, it just kind of like, yeah, that's of course, like, but in the musical, Warner comes from this big lawyer family, which is why he was so pushed to dump Elle, and so him becoming a model and saying, hey, this is what I want to do. Actually, thanks for asking me.
Yeah,
is like so much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is also a song in the musical.
I think I need to watch the musical now.
You should. So Much Better is also a song in the musical. It's when she gets hired by the firm and she's like, haha, Warner, you were wrong. And I don't want you anymore. Okay. This has been Don't Quote Me on That on Wire 99.9 FM.
Yeah.
I'm Kalina.
I'm Elanor.
And we're really, really glad you stuck around with us today. And
we'll see you next week.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
You'll hear us next week.
You'll hear us next week. We see you. You can't see us.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
One day we'll have outro music, but like, not today.